Oh no, not the acid! Not into the pit! It burns! Except no, it doesn't, because we're not supposed to have the Varia Suit yet. Hey folks, and welcome back to Let's Play Metroid Zero Mission. Last time we started the game off, made some pretty decent progress. We sequence broke for the Varia Suit. We have the Ice Beam, the high jump boots, and we're pretty set for taking out Kraid. We have over 60 missiles already, so needless to say, I think we're armed to the teeth to go through that area, cheese through the acid, and pretty much decimate the big fella. So, like I mentioned before, this game tries, for the most part, to be very true to the original geography of, the Metroid games. Howsoever, when you have an area like Kraid's Lair, which was literally the same one or two different hallways repeated over and over and over again, so monotonous. When you have an area like that, obviously something had to be changed just for the sake of, keeping the player interested. So when I say this is a relatively faithful remake of Metroid 1, Kraid is probably one of the most changed areas as far as that's concerned. Although every area has a couple of changes here and there to make it more modern and more New Age Metroid style. So, I'm going to be coming back into that little area, that hidden nook later. You saw that we passed a super missile tank on the way there. Well, we can't get that yet. But, well, I'll just leave you hanging on that. So, we're going to cheaply bomb jump up and get the energy tank. You could probably get that if you froze the screen in place and high jumped into it. But, you know me, I like to complicate things because I can. So here we are at the elevator down to, what was it called in Metroid 1? Hideout 1 or something? Kraid's hideout. Kraid. Which, had a very, very good 8-bit theme back in the original NES, but trust me, what they did to it now, it's a much more epic sounding theme. In fact, it's probably one of the best songs in the entire game. So, one of the things that really changed throughout the design of Kraid's Lair is that a lot of areas have these sort of electronic conveyor belts. Now, the power is not on in the area yet, but I'm going to be turning it on shortly. Side hoppers of doom. There's a couple homages here and there, like a couple of pipes that the whatever the hell they're supposed to be, the bugs come popping out of, but I like what they did to Kraid's Lair. Made it more interesting. And now it's time. This is what I always hate doing. Every so often, I'll go into Kraid's Lair by sequence breaking, bomb jumping to hell in a handbasket, and skipping the power grip. Now, you need the power grip to complete the game, but skipping it, you can skip it and not get it until after Kraid, if you feel like it. But doing so means that you really, really need some precise bomb jumping skills. Anyways, the power that I was talking about before is turned on by going into that little morph ball slot. And it's turned off on the power throughout the entire lair, so every dormant little conveyor belt thingy is now turned on. And now it's time for our next mini-boss, who we're going to cheese. It's the Acid Worm. And when he snaps his little maw, it tells you he's about to attack. He has a very glaring weak spot which you just blow through with missiles, and oh no, not the acid! Not into the pit! It burns! Except no, it doesn't, because we're not supposed to have the Varia Suit yet. One of his attacks is completely and utterly worthless. It's okay. He's not even hard without the Varia Suit, so... And if you run low on missiles, or if you're doing low percent run where you wouldn't have any extra missiles, you can always go to the side of the room and he'll extend outward and start shooting little projectiles at you, which all you have to do is shoot them and they give you missiles and health and all that stuff. So there's no reason that boss should be any challenge for you. It might take a while if you're doing a low percent run, but we've all done it. We've all been there, at least I have. So now that the power's on, it's a pretty straight shot all the way to Kraid. I almost wish that they had another fake Kraid or mini Kraid, like from Super Metroid and even the original Metroid. But alas, that's one of the things that did not make it into the remake. Why Kraid has a fake and not like Ridley or anything, I don't know. I guess in a sense Dragon has fakes, but those are just mini dragons or little crayfish thingies, I don't know. That's Super Metroid. Oh, this music is awesome. And it's gonna get to a point where, shooting enemies with a beam is gonna take a long time, so we have enough missiles at this point where we could just, literally Pez dispense these things throughout an entire hallway of side hoppers, and yeah. And this is another one of the ones that really sucks without the power grip. But I have it, so it's a moot point. But again, it's something that you have to get, so unless you're just trying to rush through and kill Kraid early, not necessary. Go past the Ripper and the crabs with the really, really large googly eyes. The giant side hopper of doom. Lane to pretty easy waste once you have enough missiles just to, like I say, Pez dispenser. Anyways, another missile tank. We have 80 of those things by now or something. But another thing that made it from the original Metroid was the hidden shaft that's covered by an illusion of acid. And to everybody who's, a big fan of my Super Metroid LPs and all that stuff, I know it's not beer lava, it's acid, but why is it in this game that the beer lava or the acid is regulated to an item or an obstacle that is completely useless once you have the Varia Suit, yet the lava is what you need extra protection for? I'll just leave it at that. But it's the opposite in Super Metroid. Acid or beer lava doesn't even show up until Lower Norfair. It shows up in a couple of other places, but for the most part it's regulated in Lower Norfair and Turian and all that stuff. I don't know. They feel like mixing it up every now and then. Lava and acid have that sort of Jekyll and Hyde relationship. Ooh, a miscellaneous item. Ah. That that unknown item doesn't look familiar. And you'll notice too, and I like how they differentiate this, the unknown items are held by different looking Chozo statues than regular items that you can use right out of the gate. We can't use the unknown items until a certain point of the game. But what point? Surely it's before Mother Brain, right? Because surely she's the end of the game, right? We'll find out later. Again, my stupidly not suspenseful commentary is only for people who haven't played it. So, but here we are. The eye door. Blow open with a missile, and hey, a big fella! So fat he has 3 belly buttons. So fat he shoots stuff out of the belly buttons. And this is a remix of the first boss theme from Super Metroid, which I guess you could consider it Kraid's theme. Phantom had it as well. Kraid is really, really easy with the high jump. You can sit there and jump from his second claw that he shoots out. hit the ceiling, and you're immediately flush with his mouth. Yeah, he takes no effort at all. Which is why I always go for the high jump first, before getting Kraid. Unless it's, like I say, a low percent run. Poor guy. Oh well. And, you know, it begs the question. One missile into the mouth, into the stomach, should be enough, like right there, to blow the fucker to hell. So why does it take so many? Well, obviously the theory is that the missile itself isn't really doing anything to Kraid. It's the fact that he's eating so much stuff that he explodes from whatever. It's a stupid joke. But anyways, we got the speed booster, which again was not in Metroid 1, but it's not an unknown item for some reason. Well, the Shine Spark is something that we're going to be using a lot, and it also gives us another capability, another type of Shine Spark that wasn't in Super Metroid. You can do what's called, and I'm going to show this off in this video. You can do what's called a Ball Spark. If you have the Spring Ball ability, well, you can jump while sparking. Well, you can just jump while morphed anyway, but if you have a stored Shine Spark charge, then you can go into Morph Ball form, and this is necessary for certain missile, or for certain capacity upgrades. You can go into Morph Ball form and do what's called a Ball Spark. Interesting little feature that wasn't really introduced. I guess you could do like a modified Ball Spark in certain situations in Super Metroid where you, instead of actually Shine Spark, you just do a super fast speed dash and then jump and then go into ball form. But that's more what I would call a cannonball than a Ball Spark. So, whatever. Nerdy Metroid fan jargon. And we're done with Kraid. We have everything that you can get in this lair with the exception of one missile pack, and to do that, we need to be able to freely move through liquid. How, I wonder, do you do that? That wasn't introduced in the original Metroid. But wait, story time.
What's in it? You got presents for me on Zebes? I'll be right there.
Oh, yes, Ridley, we love you. And for those of you who don't know the reference that I just made, that is, of course, a reference to Slow Beef and Diabetes of Retsu Praise, their version of Ridley. And here I show you that I have everything that you can get out of Kraid's Lair except the one missile pack. And if you have clear data, it'll tell you how much time has passed in your playthrough, as well as all of the miscellaneous items that you can get in that area. A little checklist, if you will. And oddly enough, we only have one more item left to get in Brinstar, and it's a super missile. We're not supposed to know, well, we're not supposed to have super missiles yet, but I'll be getting those shortly. Demonstrating, for some proof of concept, what I was talking about with the Ball Spark. You're not supposed to know this thing is there, but if you do know it's there, you can get it before the boss. And I figure if you can get it, then it's not really sequence breaking, is it? If you have everything you need to get it. I don't know. That's an interesting question. Would you guys consider this a sequence break or not? Well, you're about to know what I'm talking about very shortly. Because charge up that speed. In fact, I think I screwed this up. Second try's the charm, though. Charge up that speed, and basically as soon as you get into the room, crouch to charge, go down here, and voila, a Ball Spark. Do a second Ball Spark right through this little nook. Bam. So precise. And that's the only way you can get that, too. So, I mean, if you have everything if you need to get it, and you can get it now, is it really a sequence break, I wonder? I'll let you guys decide, but I don't really care. I did it anyway. So, now that we have super missiles, we're going to be doing some pretty big clearing. Well, and I show you right there, I have everything in Brinstar. We're going to be clearing out quite a bit of Norfair on the next episode. So, on that note, I bid you all adieu. Hope you've enjoyed this part. I killed Kraid. Next up, Norfair, some mini bosses, all that stuff, yada yada yada. So I will see you guys next time. Have a good day, everybody.